Okay, let's go ahead and step through how we want to, or how we use the text, how we use the tutorials within the text to complete the assignments. Okay, so we'll have a couple of steps around this. So once again, our level 1, chapter 1 through 4 is this particular link. Every one of these modules will be laid out in a very similar way. Remember, we discussed the directions. Be sure to read the directions. We'll have a discussion, projects, and end of module quiz for every module. Those will be the assignments due. We have course goals. How to start. Now you won't be able to, because there's a glare, you won't be able to see this. I've recorded this a couple times. I'm getting a weird glare. But this is the Excel text, of course. And I have it listed as read level 1, chapters 1 through 4. Well, I would suggest that you take a look at those pages, understand the content that's on those pages, and just kind of become familiar with that, because what you're going to do is start out at page 1 in chapter 1 and read it thoroughly, read page 2 thoroughly. You're going to get then to a place where we start our tutorials, and that'll be marked, and I'll show you where that is. So once again, kind of scan these chapters rather than necessarily specifically read them just yet, but you'll read them thoroughly as you start through the tutorial process. We have, again, PowerPoints and out there on the Paradigm site. Now, note, I'm going to change this. This should be Benchmark Excel 14, not 16, not 13. So I need to get that changed. These videos are out there. They're YouTube videos. They're how-to videos, instructional videos. So those should also help you in completing project assignments and submitting assignments and so on and so forth. Remember our student data files. These are those files that you download and save on your computer, and then when you work through the specific tutorial, it'll ask you to load a particular file and change it, modify it, save it, and then the saved version of that data file is what you'll submit. So we have student data files for chapters 1 through 4. Okay, grading structure. Let's see, I pointed out where the grading structure is around this. The assignments specifically. Okay, we have the discussion to begin with. Compare and contrast various types of spreadsheets. This discussion is the same for level 1, chapters 1 through 4, and chapter 5 through 8. So all level 1 content is around this discussion. Now, check this out. This is where it gets important. Chapter 1, preparing and formatting a worksheet. Okay, 60 points. There's 3 individual projects. That should be 80 points, I think. 4 individual projects. So project 1. Now, and we'll go through those pages on the e-text, because when I put up the text on the screen in front of you on the video, there's too much glare. You can't see the pages. All right, so we have project 1. Now there are 3 smaller parts: part 1A, 1B, and 1C. Part 1A is on page 8. Part 1B is pages 9 and 10, and 1C is page 13. Now these are the tutorial steps. So project 2 will include part A from pages 15 and 16, B from 17 and 18, and C from 18 and 19. And then project 3 and 4 and so on. Oh, I'm sorry, there is at 60, because project 4 is review but do not submit. So 60 points is correct. I thought that I had that correct. I remember correcting that. So what I want to do at this point is go ahead into our text. I'll do that on the e-text online so we can see it better, and then bring up these particular pages. So I'll do some pausing and then starting the video so that we can see which pages we're working with. Because the load times in between pages for me is a little slow today. Alright, so hold on. Okay, back with our e-text. Now this is that level 1, chapter 1, level 1. Our performance objective. So when you take a look at your text, and you can follow along in your text, it should be the same as mine. I'm going to go ahead and scroll on through, and we will see. I mentioned this is loading fairly slowly for me today. Um, this shows you the first page, the reading page. It discusses, it shows you where all the links and buttons and things are within Excel. It talks a little bit more about that. Talks more about a spreadsheet. Now I'm going to go ahead and pause. Well, let me go one more page. So it shows you the rows. It shows you the cells. Just take a look at that and become familiar with that. As we continue on in these following pages, it talks about how to enter data into a worksheet, how to save a workbook, and so on and so forth. Okay, at this point I'm going to go ahead and pause. Okay, we're back on. This is Project 1A. So what we'll do is go ahead and open Excel by clicking the Excel 2016 tile. Now this is a tutorial, and you've done some of these in CS 110 before, or this type of process. Use this type of process within CS 110 within the applications. Now, step 2. Click on blank workbook to go ahead and open a screen, a blank workbook for instance, and then start going through these particular steps. In cell A2, type employee, and so on and so on. So after typing the data shown in the cells, save the workbook, and so you'll go ahead and name the workbook 1-EMP-BENE, and then go ahead and save the button. Now, or click the save button. So after that, you'll go ahead onto the next step. So this is Project 1A. We'll go to 1B. So we'll read editing data in the cell and go to tutorial 1B. So with this same spreadsheet open, let's go ahead and do some things within it. Okay, now once again I'm going to pause and move to the next page because it's easier to use a book, you just can't see these pages. Okay, I've gone to the next page. This is the conclusion of 1B, additional reading. We'll move on to the next page. Reading, Project 1C. Okay, so start with step 1, go through to step 5. Okay, and then the next page, we'll start with level 1, Project 2, reading, and then go ahead and start Project 2A. I guess what I need to say, before you start Project 2, when you save your Project 1 file, make sure you submit it to Canvas at that point in time. You don't want to lose any files and things like that. So that's how you go ahead and work through the tutorial, complete the tutorial. It's a little scattered because I had to pause and kind of go from page to page to show you what this should look like. The only other thing I want to do here is pause once again, and I'm going to go to another one of these projects where I open up a data file. Okay, so hold on and we'll be right back here. Okay, now let's try this. So Project 1A, or Project 1, you open up Excel and you open a blank sheet and save a file. So you create a new spreadsheet. In Project 2A, and then specifically in the step 2A, you open fillcells.xlsx. Okay, so click on the File tab, then click Open, and then go ahead and find where or browse to the location that you saved your student data file. So of course you download the student data files to the drive, follow the instructional video, or you probably already have experience in doing that, or follow the instructional video, and then go out and open this file up. Okay, so what we'll do then is I have Excel open, so I'll go to File and then Open. Okay, now I'm going to go to Browse, and I've already browsed to OECS 215 Excel 2016 student data files. I guess you don't see that. There we go. Let's bring it over there. I've already browsed to OECS 215 Excel student data files, and it is in Excel Level 1, Chapter 1. So I'll go ahead and click on Fill Cells, open it, and that sheet should open up. I'm going to open that up just a little bit more widely. I'm going to go ahead and enable editing on this. So that's what this looks like. Now, just go ahead and click on the rest of the steps. Save the workbook with the name 1 Fill Cells, File, save as, and let's see, where are we at here? Right there, I guess. And then one, and I've got the light off here, so I can't hardly see the keyboard. One, fill cells by completing the following steps, and go ahead and save it just as that. And then the next step, as we go to the next page, does that make sense? I think that makes sense. And as we go to the next page, we'll go ahead and we opened it, we saved it as one fill cells with a new name. Okay, I'm just turning on, turning off the video and adjusting the screen. So then I move on to step 3, add data to cells as shown, position the mouse pointer, and so on and so on. Complete this and then all these steps and then save the file. So, so with that said, I think that really will provide all the instruction around how to go ahead and take a look at the book, how to use the book, how to do the tutorial, how to open the data files, how to edit them, and how to save them. So if you have any questions, please contact me. Thank you very much.